Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. India joins the world in celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. India's space agency ISRO launches heaviest ever satellite for a US company. The EU slams US visa bans. European Commission's president says will protect freedom of speech. And US lawmakers slam Bangladesh for banning the Awami League party, urge free and fair elections. In a major triumph for India's space program, the Indian Space Research Organization launched its heaviest ever satellite for a US company. This next-generation satellite will enable high-speed cellular broadband directly to standard smartphones worldwide. The Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, hailed it as a proud milestone, boosting self-reliance and paving the way for future missions such as Gaganyaan. Ritesh Ranjan reports from Sriharikota.
3, 2, 1, 0.
The Indian Space Research Organization on Wednesday achieved a resounding success with the launch of its heavy-lift LVM-3 M6 rocket from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. This dedicated commercial mission precisely deployed the advanced Bluebird Block 2 communication satellite into low Earth orbit. Bluebird Block 2 is a spacecraft of the USA and the heaviest satellite ever launched from Indian soil into its intended orbit.
Today we have got a very important achievement. The LVM-3 M6 rocket, the Bahubali rocket of India, has placed the heaviest satellite from Indian soil in the perfectly intended orbit. And that too, this is a commercial launch for USA, one of the companies, and this puts us in strong pedestal, strong foundation, and today we are a very vibrant spacefaring nation accomplishing third fully commercial mission by the LVM-3 rocket.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed the achievement as a proud milestone in India's space odyssey, reflecting the nation's commitment to Atmanirbharta or self-reliance. In a post on X, Prime Minister congratulated ISRO's scientists and engineers, emphasizing how the LVM-3's proven heavy lift performance bolsters foundations for ambitious future endeavors such as Gaganyaan. PM Modi added that this increased capability and boost to self-reliance are wonderful for the coming generations. The Bluebird Block 2 mission marks the sixth operational flight of LVM-3. This mission is a dedicated commercial mission on board the LVM-3 launch vehicle. LVM-3 is a three-stage launch vehicle comprising two solid strap-on motors, a liquid core stage, and a cryogenic upper stage. It has a lift-off mass of 640 tons, a height of 43.5 meters, and a payload capability of 4,200 kgs to geosynchronous transfer orbit. In its earlier missions, LVM-3 successfully launched Chandrayaan-2, Chandrayaan-3 and two OneWeb missions carrying 72 satellites. In this mission, LVM-3 M6 placed the Bluebird Block 2 satellite into the low Earth orbit and is the largest commercial communication satellite to be deployed in low Earth orbit. The satellite is part of a next generation of Bluebird Block 2 communication satellites designed to provide space-based cellular broadband connectivity directly to standard mobile smartphones.
ISRO is always ready to accept whatever academia has to give, and that is why they are always connected with IIT and NIT. With camera person Surya, Ritesh Ranjan, DD India.
Bangladesh remains on edge following a spate of violent incidents. The Muhammad Yunus-led interim government faces mounting pressure over the killing of youth leader Osman Hadi. Amid the turmoil, Bangladesh Nationalist Party's acting chairperson Tariq Rahman is set to return to Dhaka. Also, some US lawmakers have urged Dhaka to reconsider the suspension of the Awami League party. Naval Sangh Parmar in Dhaka and Trippi Tripathi in New Delhi report.
Unrest in Bangladesh continues. UNIS-led interim government faces mounting pressure over the killing of youth leader Osman Hadi. Protests demanding justice have erupted across the country, with Hadi's brother alleging that assassination was orchestrated to derail the national election scheduled for February. Amid this turmoil, Bangladesh Nationalist Party acting leader Tariq Rahman, son of former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, is set to return to Dhaka after 17 years in self-exposed exile. With Sheikh Hasina's Awami League barred from contesting, the BNP has emerged as the frontrunner, and Rahman is widely seen as a potential future leader. Meanwhile, the National Citizen Party has called for restoring civic rights of Awami League supporters not involved in past violence. In India, members of pro-Hindu organizations staged demonstrations at several locations, condemning the lynching of Deepu Chandra Das, a 25-year-old garment factory worker who was killed and set on fire in Baluka over alleged blasphemy. Adding to the pressure, US lawmakers have urged Dhaka to reconsider the suspension of the Awami League, warning that bans could undermine free elections. In a letter to Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus, US Representatives Gregory W. Meeks, Bill Huizenga and Sidney Kalamanga Dove warned that banning an entire political party could defranchise a large section of voters. Bangladesh now stands at a critical juncture, with political stability and credible polls under close watch. With inputs from Naval Sangh Parmar, Tripti Tripathi report for DD India.
Christmas cheer has taken over India's capital, New Delhi, as the devout step out to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. From brightly lit churches to bustling markets and towering Christmas trees, the spirit of the season is visible across the capital region. Rupak Kumar Jha reports from New Delhi.
Festive lights, beautifully decorated Christmas trees, and the sound of carols have brought a joyful transformation to the Indian capital as Delhi and the wider national capital region celebrate Christmas, commemorating the birth of Jesus Christ. Amid tight security arrangements around churches, public spaces, and markets, people from different walks of life have come together to take part in the celebrations, reflecting the inclusive and multicultural spirit of the festival. Churches across the region are holding special prayers and services, drawing worshippers who see Christmas as a time for reflection, faith, and gratitude. For many, the occasion is not only religious, but also a moment to reconnect with their families and spread the message of goodwill.
Every Christmas, God gives us His message. He loves us. And His love is manifested through His Son Jesus. And His Son Jesus Himself has asked us to be His messengers of love, of brotherhood. And He clearly says it is not the love of the one who loves you. It is to love those who don't love you. It is to pray for those who persecute you. It is for the people, those who are not associating with you, to go to them and say that God loves you.
Outside the churches, the festive mood extends to markets and shopping districts. Shops selling Christmas decorations, gifts, and traditional treats are witnessing brisk activity as families and young people step out to celebrate the season.
Bible says God is love. And so this season we are just spreading love, and my message to the world is be patient, be humble, just spread love and peace. This is what Christmas is all about.
The message I would like to give to the world is that it's a time of peace. It's a time when so many countries all over the world are celebrating a single, festival. So it's just love and warmth.
It's a festival of love, patience, humility. So just emulating Him and just following the commandment, the biggest commandment, which is loving Him, loving all the people, loving others just like we love ourselves. Go with love, love one another, and spread peace. That's all.
The festival has brought renewed energy for the shopkeepers with steady footfall and strong demand for decorations such as Christmas trees, stars and lights, symbols closely associated with the season. As Christmas is being observed around the world, scenes from Delhi NCR echoes the universal message of the festival: peace, hope and harmony. Rupak Kumar Jha's report for DD India.
In Shimla, the magic of Christmas Eve is clearly in the air. The streets are beautifully lit. The Ridge and Mall Road are full of tourists and locals enjoying the Christmas vibe. Churches in Shimla are glowing with lights, and special midnight prayers and carol singing are being held to celebrate the birth of Lord Jesus Christ. The sound of carols and celebration fill the cold mountain air. At the same time, the famous Shimla Winter Carnival has also begun, adding more color and excitement to the celebrations. DD India's Muskan Chaudhary sent us this report from Shimla.
Shimla has all been set for the Christmas Eve. I'm standing here on the ridge right now, and people are totally under the magical vibe of Christmas Eve, and they are enjoying the festive vibe of Shimla. And they are not only enjoying the Christmas, but they are enjoying the Winter Carnival, which has just started today. I'm standing with some tourists which have come from the different places of the country, and we'll talk to them and we'll get to know how they are enjoying in Shimla and how was their experience in Shimla. So, where are you from? And
we are from Chandigarh.
Okay.
And we have specially come to visit the Winter Carnival and enjoy it. We just had an experience that the decorations are so beautiful, the churches are decorated so beautifully. Yeah, snowfall was not there, but still decoration has made our day very happier.
We have some more guests who are from other part of the country, and we'll know from them that how was their experience in Shimla.
So I'm from Punjab and she's from Yamunanagar, Haryana. So it's a really good experience for both of us, and we
visited here first time,
especially for the Winter Carnival.
We experienced the Winter Carnival, and the concert of Rohan Preet was so
really
nice.
Amazing, yeah.
It was really amazing and enjoyable. It's so awesome. The view is very nice, although snow is not there, but
still it's really nice.
It's really nice.
It's really nice. We enjoyed a lot.
We enjoyed a lot.
However, the tourists were expecting it to be a white Christmas, but they got to enjoy the Winter Carnival and the Christmas Eve. And I'm standing right in front of a beautiful church which has been decorated. The carols will be sung here. The prayer was done in the evening. The morning prayer will be done tomorrow. And Shimla is not only prepared for Christmas, but it is also prepared for the New Year's Eve. And the Winter Carnival will run till New Year's Eve. So it is going to be a totally festive vibe in Shimla. And tourists are enjoying it. With camera person Rakesh, Muskan Chaudhary, DD India.
And DD India's Dibyendu Mondal visited the Sacred Heart Cathedral Church in New Delhi to gauge the mood there. Take a look.
It's Christmas Eve and we are here at the heart of the national capital. And behind me is one of the most famous churches of Delhi. This is the Sacred Heart Cathedral Church in Connaught Place in the heart of Delhi. And as you can see behind me, hundreds of people have been coming here since the evening. They are coming here with their children, cutting across age, cutting across the societal strata. People are thronging this church, celebrating with their loved ones. Christmas in Delhi is celebrated with much fervor. We see people here greeting Merry Christmas to each other. It is in a sense, a mood of festivity here in the national capital. People from across the city have thronged here at this particular Sacred Heart Cathedral Church here in Delhi. And of course, carols, Christmas carols have been sung by the church authorities here at the Sacred Heart Cathedral. There's also a Christmas tree that has been set up by the church authorities for children to come click their photos. We have been witnessing since evening that people are coming, taking their photographs. People are dressed in the Santa Claus costume, also show their faith as well as have a good time. This is the fervor of Christmas here in the national capital, and this year as well, like every year, the midnight mass will be conducted here at the Sacred Heart Cathedral Church, which is, as I said, is of course an extremely important a place of worship for the Christian community here in the national capital. With camera person Mukesh, this is Dibyendu Model from New Delhi for DT India.
And Christmas celebrations began across Shillong and other parts of the Meghalaya state with special evening prayers and solemn midnight masses held in various churches on Christmas Eve. At the Cathedral of Mary Help of Christians, Laitum Kra, a large number of faithful gathered in a spirit of devotion and unity. Worshippers exchanged greetings of peace following the service, while churches across the city, beautifully decorated for the occasion, attracted both devotees and visitors alike. The celebrations will continue on Christmas Day with special church services. Sermons during the services highlighted Jesus Christ as the messenger of peace, with prayers offered for harmony and goodwill among people. From bustling city streets to unique festive traditions, Christmas celebrations are taking place across the world, lighting up cities, bringing together people in a shared spirit of joy and togetherness. Rupa Kumar Jha has more.
Christmas festivities bring together people from different cultures and continents to celebrate the season of joy, generosity, and togetherness. Christmas festivities have returned to the birthplace of Jesus, Bethlehem, after 2 years due to the Israel-Gaza conflict. Bethlehem Mayor Mahir Kanawati delivered a Christmas Eve message of hope and peace, assuring the world that the city is safe and welcoming visitors to mark Christmas in the birthplace of Jesus.
Good morning from the town of Christ. Today is Christmas, and the message of Christmas is the message of hope and the message of peace. And we're sending this message to the whole world. Merry Christmas, and see you all in Bethlehem.
In London, the festive rush peaked at Oxford Circus, where last-minute shoppers packed the streets beneath glittering Christmas lights. Many braved the crowds with one goal in mind: finding gifts for loved ones as the countdown to Christmas entered its final hours. Across Asia, Christmas cheer took on a unique form in Japan, where a diver dressed as Santa plunged into a Tokyo aquarium to feed penguins. Swimming alongside the birds, the spectacle delighted visitors and added a playful twist to the holiday celebrations. In Europe and Middle East, festive spirit blended with tradition and security. More than 28,000 football fans filled a stadium in Germany to sing Christmas carols. While in Syria's Damascus, the old city was illuminated with festive lights under tight security arrangements. In Nepal, churches across Kathmandu held Christmas Eve evening prayers, drawing locals and foreign tourists alike. Malls, markets, hotels and restaurants in major tourist hubs were decked in festive decor to welcome visitors. Meanwhile in Thailand, Bangkok's cityscape glowed with artificial snow, towering Christmas trees and elaborate light displays as crowds gathered in shopping districts, underscoring how the Christmas spirit continues to shine across borders, cultures and continents. Rupa Kumar Jha's report for DD India.
And shifting focus to Europe now, the Ukraine-Russia conflict remains caught between explosions on the ground and negotiations at the table. A deadly bomb blast in Moscow, fresh Russian drone strikes on Ukrainian infrastructure, and troop movements in the east reflect the ongoing intensity of the conflict. At the same time, diplomatic efforts involving the US, Russia and Ukraine are gathering momentum, with peace proposals under review but no immediate breakthrough yet in sight. Nishjoy Roy reports.
Moscow woke up once again to the sound of geopolitics, loud and lethal. Russia's investigative committee said 3 people, including 2 police officers, were killed in a bomb explosion on Yeletskaya Street in Moscow on Wednesday. The attack adds to a growing list of assassinations targeting Russian military figures and high-profile supporters of the war. Meanwhile, the Kremlin said President Vladimir Putin has been briefed on contacts with envoys of President Donald Trump over US proposals for a possible peace deal.
Dmitriev has already had the opportunity to brief the president on the outcome of his trip in detail. Based on the information the head of state received, we now intend to formulate our further position and resume contacts in the near future through the channels that are currently operating.
Addressing the Russian parliament on Wednesday, Putin emphasized strengthening national security and sustaining economic growth despite ongoing challenges.
Russia's parliament, both its chambers, is ending the autumn session with solid results. There was a lot of work and a series of important legislative measures aimed at strengthening national security and developing the economy and social sphere in the interest of the country and its citizens was passed.
In Ukraine, forces have withdrawn from the eastern town of Siversk, a move that brings Russian troops closer to the strategic hub of Sloviansk amid growing US pressure on Kyiv to pursue peace talks. Meanwhile, President Volodymyr Zelensky said a 20-point US-Ukraine peace plan could freeze front lines, allow withdrawals, and create demilitarized zones, and is under review by Moscow. Zelensky also reported a Russian drone strike in Ukraine's Zhytomyr region that damaged energy infrastructure and triggered emergency power cuts.
Another Russian attack is vile. Like everything they do, the energy sector was the main target. But unfortunately, there are losses and injuries. Repair crew are working all day at energy facilities, maximum effort so that Ukrainians have light for Christmas. Of course, the Russians are trying to break both this holiday and this holy day.
Zelensky has also called for a meeting with Donald Trump to resolve key issues like territorial control in a future peace deal. As talks inch forward and positions harden, the conflict remains caught between diplomacy and destruction. Nishroy Roy's report for DD India.
Military officials from Thailand and Cambodia began talks on Wednesday, days after the neighbors agreed to discuss resumption of a ceasefire after 16 days of fierce border clashes that killed at least 86 people. The talks come 2 days after a special meeting in Kuala Lumpur of Southeast Asian foreign ministers convened to try to salvage the truce first brokered by ASEAN chair Malaysia and US President Donald Trump after a previous round of clashes in July. Thai Defense Ministry spokesperson said Wednesday's meeting of the General Border Committee would last 3 days and could pave the way for an agreement. The talks were held at a border checkpoint towards the southern end of their frontier. The meeting is the most significant step since fighting re-erupted and follows separate, unsuccessful efforts by Malaysia, China and the US to bring the two countries to the negotiating table. A Cambodian official accused Thailand of destroying a Hindu statue in a disputed border area after more than 2 weeks of military clashes between the two neighbors. A government spokesperson in the border province of Pre Vihir said the demolition of the Vishnu statue, built in 2014, took place on Monday about 100 meters from the border with Thailand. Cambodia has repeatedly alleged that Thai forces have damaged temple ruins along the border during the clashes. But Bangkok says that Phnom Penh was positioning soldiers at the centuries-old stone structures. Meanwhile, India has reacted to reports of demolition of a statue of a Hindu religious deity located in an area affected by the ongoing Thai-Cambodia border dispute. In response to media queries on the demolition of a statue of a Hindu deity, the spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs said, and I quote, "We've seen reports on the demolition of a statue of a Hindu religious deity built in recent times and located in an area affected by the ongoing Thai-Cambodia border dispute. Hindu and Buddhist deities are deeply revered and worshipped by people across the region as part of our shared civilizational heritage. Notwithstanding territorial claims, such disrespectful acts hurt the sentiments of followers around the world and should not take place. We once again urge the two sides to return to dialogue and diplomacy to resume peace and avoid any further loss of lives and damage to property and heritage, unquote. And that's all for this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get the latest news and updates from India and around the world on the DD India mobile app on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code to download it. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran from all of us here in New Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.